The Supreme Court of Nigeria that upheld the election victory of President Bola Tinubu, dismissing the appeals filed by the People's Democratic Party, PDP's candidate, and the Labour Party's Peter Obi in the 2023 presidential election. Joining us now is luminary Sam Kagbo, who is a constitutional lawyer and a senior advocate of Nigeria. Thank you very much for coming on the program, for coming on the news. Give us your quick reaction to this judgment. Any surprises that the justices tick all the necessary boxes in explaining how they arrived at their conclusions?
Thank you very much. I would say that there was no surprise. For people like us, we had foreseen this, and I think I've made these predictions here over and over that I think the Court of Appeal did justice to the issues that were presented before them, and that there was really no issue there that did not meet the already prescribed standard of the law. So to me, it was just a matter of formality. It was bound to happen. All of the issues, one by one, 7 of them, were thrashed out, and for all of them, the Supreme Court affirmed the opinion and decision of the Court of Appeal. And for some of us who had actually told our line, we thought, well, we have been justified.
Justice Yang says Abuja, for the purpose of election, is to be considered Nigeria's 37th state. Any thoughts on that?
Well, I had said so that I pitied, and I had my sympathy for those who actually believe that the Federal Capital Territory had a special status in terms of the calculation of the 1/3 that is required for the president to win in 3/4 of the state of the federation. That thought, to me, was what I would say a kind of exposition taken too far. There was no basis for it. Like I said, and I think if you go back to your records or archives, I said, if the Constitution wants to say something, he doesn't leave it for you to guess. He would say so in clear terms. There was no way it would have been a kind of turning logic on its head for anybody to have thought that the Supreme Court would hold otherwise.
What about refusing to admit fresh evidence that could have perhaps overturned the victory of President Bola Tinubu regarding the certificate claim by the People's Democratic Party, PDP's candidate, that he forged his document that was issued to INEC ahead of the elections? The Supreme Court did not seem to want to consider any fresh evidence.
It is not that they did. There was just no basis for it. And like the Supreme Court said, even those who took the matter to the Supreme Court knew that they were not supposed to do so. And the question that the Supreme Court asked is as to why they did it. For some of us, we've been pondering, because there are so many questions we would ask. Assuming it was admitted, the next question you ask, to what purpose? When those issues were not joined at the trial. You did not allege forgery at the trial, and you now want to make a case of forgery at the Supreme Court. That, even with the ordinary civil cases, cannot be done. Not to talk of an election petition that is time-bound and has its own peculiar and special procedures. To me, I would think that much of what I've been saying is that it's about just what the white man would call poisoning of the pond. You knew the outcome of your case, but you want the public to hold otherwise by throwing in something that would discredit the process itself. Beyond that, I see no justification for them to have actually thrown in that proposition.
Okay. We're going to have to leave it here for now, senior advocate, but this is something that we have to unpack significantly, especially as Nigerians continue to digest the information coming from the judgment by the Nigerian Supreme Court. But of course, the bottom line is President Tinubu can now sleep with both eyes closed as far as the election victory is concerned. Thank you very much, Senior Advocate, for joining us on the news update. Appreciate the analysis.
Thank you very much.